Good morning, class. Hope you're doing well. The first online lesson is going to be about the present perfect and the past simple contrast. And in the end, you are going to be able to use the past simple and present perfect tenses correctly. But first of all, let's remember together the past simple. Now you can see an article about a person who likes to collect things from McDonald's. Read the article and then find 3 examples of the past simple in it. Mike Fountain has the world's largest collection of McDonald's memorabilia. The 60-year-old McDonald's employee has spent almost 50 years collecting everything to do with the fast food restaurant. He has already filled 9 rooms of his house with 75,000 objects, including toys, badges, cups, and uniforms. Mike has been at McDonald's since 1968. His first job was cooking Big Macs. A year later, he began collecting badges and he hasn't stopped since. A few years ago, Mike opened his own McDonald's restaurant. He has decorated it with memorabilia. People say it's the most beautiful McDonald's restaurant they have ever seen, says Mike proudly. Now, check your answers. The 3 verbs in the past simple are was, began, and opened. Decide whether each of these 3 verbs is regular or irregular. Was and began are irregular verbs. Opened is a regular verb. Now let's remember the 3 forms of the past simple. You can see a table with 3 columns: past simple affirmative, past simple negative, and past simple interrogative. To conjugate a verb in the past simple affirmative, you need to remember that there are regular and irregular verbs. If the verb is regular like watch, you add ed to the end of the verb. If the verb is irregular like see, you have to go back to the list of irregular verbs I gave you at the beginning of the year. For example, see becomes saw. In the negative form, you have the subject, then you have didn't or the long form did not, and the main verb, write, for example, in the base form and not in the past simple. In the interrogative form, you begin the question with did, then the subject, and then the main verb in the base form also, and not in the past simple. And the answer can be yes or no. Now, conjugate the following verbs in the past simple. In the affirmative form, you have start, regular verb, and by, irregular verb. In the negative form, you have find, And in the interrogative form you have feel. Check your answers. Start. It's regular, so you add ed to the end of it. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, and they started. Buy is an irregular verb, so you don't add ed. Buy becomes bought. I, you, he, she, we, you, and they bought. In the negative form, we have the subject, then didn't or did not, and the main verb, for example, find in the base form. In the interrogative form, we have did, then the subject, then the main verb, for example, feel, in the base form, with yes or no answers. Now, read the following sentences. 1. I went rollerblading last Saturday. 2. Mom bought some fruit and vegetables yesterday. 3. Joe and Stella got married in 2015. Find the verbs in the past simple in these 3 sentences. Now choose the correct answer to complete the following sentence. We use the past simple like the sentences 1, 2, and 3 to talk about. So when do we use the past simple? We use it to talk about A. Something happening now. B. A specific finished occasion in the past. C. A habit or routine. You can see the 3 sentences again. In number 1, the verb in the past simple is went. In 2, bought, and in 3, got. We use the past simple to talk about B. A specific finished occasion in the past. We often use finished past time expressions with the past simple. For example, last Saturday, like in 1, yesterday, in 2015, 3 months ago, and many more finished past time expressions. Thank you for your attention. We'll be back soon to tell you more about the present perfect.